All right, neighbors come together to fight for their safety and justice for a beloved mother who was killed in her Northwest Houston home. Heather Smith was shot to death back in August. Her neighbor, who she did not know, Christopher Braziel, is charged in her murder. He was arrested days after the shooting, and now he's been issued a $5 million bond. KPRC2 reporter Corley Peel joins us from the Hearthstone neighborhood with how neighbors feel about that bond.
Christopher Braziel is well known in the Hearthstone community for terrifying incidents. A couple years ago, he was arrested for deadly conduct after a neighbor's surveillance showed him pointing a gun at a home. And now for the murder of Heather Smith, a mother he didn't know, but is accused of breaking into her home and shooting her. The day after, surveillance appeared to show him walking up to a different neighbor's driveway with a gun on his waistband.
And we're gonna fight for Heather and make sure that justice is done.
Mary Alice Kahanik did not want to show her face, but was one of several neighbors who attended Braziel's hearing on Tuesday, where a judge issued a $5 million bond. For months, neighbors gathered hundreds of signatures for a petition asking that Braziel stay in custody.
It is the best that I think we could have hoped for.
I spoke with Laura Hogue on the phone. She's the chief prosecutor on this case.
Did that petition help play a part in, the judge issuing him that high bond?
I can't speak to, what the judge considered, but I can say that we presented evidence of that petition. There were quite a few family members as well as neighbors that attended court yesterday, and I did make the judge aware that I believe that petition had 532 signatures. I had spoken to some of the people that had signed that petition as well as the HOA president for the Hearthstone community, and so I do think he took that in consideration, not only their presence, but the fact that so many people in the neighborhood were concerned that if he were to get out, the only place he could go to would be back to his mom's house. And we, of course, don't want him back in that neighborhood.
Now, I did have a chance to speak with Heather Smith's family, and they told me that they're comfortable with that $5 million bond. And again, those neighbors here in this community say they feel like their voices have been heard. Now, if Braziel did so happen to make bond, there are some conditions, and one of those is he's not allowed back in this community and cannot stay at his mother's house. He would also be required to wear an ankle monitor. I did have a chance to speak more with that prosecutor, and I asked her about if this case would warrant the death penalty. We have that information and more information about how this bond was decided at click2houston.com. Reporting live in Northwest Harris County, Corley Peel, KPRC 2 News.